It is no coincidence that Zenless Zone Zero is releasing a Miyabi outfit so soon after Wuthering Waves released Hiyuki. It isn't that the games are competitors, but rather that the characters are competitors, with both slotting into the same role of Ice Katana Waifu. Good morning, or good evening. We all love when a game gives us the Katana Maiden, and now that both ZZZ and Wu-Wa have their versions, I think it is a great time to compare them through a simple question. Who is the better Ice Katana Waifu? Today, we'll investigate the question across 4 categories: visual, personality, story, and combat. Ready? Begin. Visuals. Starting with Miyabi, we have 2 outfits. But for the purpose of today, we're only gonna focus on the new outfit. This outfit features white and black coloring with some gold trim and gold accessories. It maintains the general layout of her original outfit, but has given a lot more Japanese vibes, especially with the placement of symbols like the flowers. It is definitely a very regal and very elegant Japanese look. It also complements her dark hair color. Nice. Okay, Hiyuki's turn. The outfit is, on frame 1, obviously just a sexified version of a Miko Shrine Maiden outfit. White and red dominate the colors, with a little bit of black and gold thrown into the mix. Like with Miyabi, there's also a decent amount of flower prints, specifically the Sakura flower. I also want to give a special shout out to these hip cutouts. We should all appreciate and respect this design choice. Very importantly here is that Hiyuki herself adds to the visual with her white hair and her super pale skin. Next up, personality. Hiyuki is obsessed with winning despite being a loser. Miyabi is obsessed with winning, even though she's already a winner. Hiyuki picked up the sword at a young age and was a prodigy. Miyabi picked up the sword at a young age and was a prodigy. Hiyuki is usually calm and reserved, but according to others, she gets more interesting the more you listen to her. Miyabi is calmly chaotic, with her final 3 brain cells moving double time in order to figure out how to incorporate melons into her training regiment. They're pretty similar in a lot of ways, and their differences don't really amount to much when it comes to the topic of Ice Katana Waifu. So, moving on to the next category. Story. We're gonna keep spoilers to a minimum and just talk generality, okay? Hiyuki is literally a Miko, and in her Japanese-inspired region, this means that she grants people's wishes using her Suzu charm, and also that she fights against evil using her katana. Throughout our experience so far with Hiyuki, she's routinely showcased that her strongest ability is her swordplay paired with her ice abilities. Miyabi is a powerful government goon who has achieved legendary status as a Void Hunter. As a government agent, Miyabi is tasked with dealing with the hollow threats, and she does so using her katana, Tailless, an item cursed with the spirit of a demon. This katana has been passed through the family for generations and has become important to her identity. It is also important to the story, but no spoilers. Both characters are masters of the blade in their own right. Combat. Miyabi's combat centers around the katana and its application of ice anomaly effect onto enemies. Each basic attack is infused with ice, both visually and in terms of gameplay. Her abilities and her ultimate all center around Iai Jutsu, the art of drawing your sword and sheathing it so quickly that you don't see, which results in a lot of massive icy slashes all over the screen. However, a lot of the attacks also include demonic energy, which can overpower the ice visuals just a little. Hiyuki uses 2 katanas in combat, one real and one made out of ice. Her attacks with these weapons focus on making as many slashes as possible. However, the effects aren't really infused with ice. Instead, there's lots of flower petals floating all over the place. But Hiyuki does redeem herself by having a second form, in which she transforms into a white and purple outfit, and her abilities all get infused with extra ice effects including pillars, footprints, and flying snowflakes. During this phase, she also becomes more like Miyabi and starts using lots of Iai Jutsu abilities, which sometimes can be very, very cinematic. Conclusion. So, who is the better ice katana waifu? Miyabi or Hiyuki? We've discussed across 4 categories: visual, personality, story, and combat. Considering all categories, I'd like to declare that the winner of today's competition is Hiyuki. Now look, every day I am grateful for how far we've come from the beta Miyabi. Those eyes haunt me. And Miyabi does have a lot going on for her, especially with the new visuals of the outfit. But she embodies more so the image of an aloof little fox girlie who just happens to have an ice katana. Meanwhile, Hiyuki embodies the spirit of ice katana mommy to the fullest. Her visuals have pale skin, white hair, and a Miko outfit. Her story is based around Shinto practice, and her personality is reserved. It all thematically ties into ice katana a lot more than oops, no brain cell, Miyabi. Either way, both are lovable characters. And to be honest, the premise of today's question about ice katana waifu, it's dishonest. Because Miyabi doesn't need the title of ice katana waifu. She's got plenty of other stuff going on for her. Stuff that's great and different and special for her. Really, the reality of this all is that I wanted an excuse to draw these 2 lovely ladies. And I hope that you can appreciate my efforts. So, enjoy what you enjoy, and let that be that.